All right, let's look at a Wii Mini. I gotta test a couple of these. So there's two different motherboards for the Wii Mini. The RVL CPU-01, and then there's the 10. I think the 10 is more preferred. There's a Hollywood -2 chip on these. Not sure which these ones are. So this is the basic Wii. Doesn't have doesn't have SD card slot, I don't think. No, these don't, and these don't have something else. Wi-Fi maybe? Bluetooth, I don't know. They're very basic. So anyway, I'm just going to retest some of these for a minute. I have a few of them. This is the cable, power board, button board here. So this is real basic just to play Wii. I have one drive. Where did I just put it? This is the disk drive here. Pretty basic stuff these are. So let's test a couple of these. I have 4. I'm not sure which more. You can also check, just like a Wii and a Wii U, your motherboard type is right by the battery compartment, right there, 01. So you can look under the battery compartment when I haven't opened it, just like a Wii and a Wii U. It tells you what you got inside, if you're looking for a specific board. And buyers do. Some want the 10, some want the 01s. And usually it's for some kind of a mod reason or something. Alright, so let's get some power in video. This power. I believe this disk drive works. I've got other parts too. Mini. They're really cute. I think they're cool. Not sure why they made it under the Wii, but they did. Alright, let's get some. Let's see if I can get you a little bit of video. Put that up here more. The sync button is over here. Right there. So I need power and video. Oh, I gotta connect this too, though. I forgot this part. There's a connection. Hold on a second. I forgot to connect this. Which is right here. There's a connection right there. Now we're in. I haven't done anything Wii Mini in quite some time. But I know I had some to list a couple of motherboards. So that's what we're doing. Power. Oh, wait, I'm on HDMI. Hold on. Must change that. There's your Wii. Cool. Alright, so let's do some sync action here. I take the batteries out because they just die if you leave them in here. So I gotta get 2 batteries for this, but this will click on anyway in a minute. Battery for that. Yeah, there it goes. It always auto. Just your basic Wii. We'll connect this up too. This was working. That battery? Those are new batteries. Maybe I did. This definitely worked before. There it goes. Okay. All right. Now our business. There it goes. I like this because I can just use this. Well, I was going to say that. What happened? There it is. See, I can use this. Gotta have a controller. But you can't use it. For most games, you have to use the stupid wand thing. That's why I was never into the Wii, because this whole thing. Anyway, let's test this. I believe this drive works. And it takes 2 contacts. No? Unexpected. Interesting. Pretty positive this drive worked. Alright, so let's turn this off for it. This is a Wii game, right? Yeah. It definitely was on there. So let's put this one aside. To this one. This goes in there. Let's try that again. Let's try this one. Okay, that's that. Should be 2 points of contact. Huh. Oh, I have to just drive down. I had this drive as working before. What do I? Interesting. My last drive, I don't think I have any more that are. Got over here. So these are all parts. So that's what drive looks like there. expected that one to work. And I'm not sure why it's not. It's 2 points of contact, just here and here. And usually it spins and runs. Cool. So we'll have to take that down. So this one works. Well, not the drive yet, but we'll get to that to work in a minute. That one's not spinning. Same deal here. I know I had drives that I had that one drive that worked, and a couple of these were parts drives that didn't work. I haven't played around with this stuff in probably a year. Every once in a while I pick something up and like, oh, you know what? I haven't done anything with that in a while. Let's pull that apart. It's not on there. It's not sitting on. It's missing a clip right there. It's still not sitting on it right. Has to go in that little hole right there. Yeah, it's gotta go right there. Just trying to figure out what's up with this one. I don't know what this one's about yet. We'll find out in a minute though. I've got more parts for the drives in here. Oh, look, I didn't sell that last one. It used to work. I know it did. What am I missing? Not sure. Spinning is usually the problem, so I got more stuff here. There's another one. Oh. There's another one. Let's try this one. I have to have a working drive so I can test everything. Let's try this one. Oh, where'd that come from? So it could be a drive board itself cause the problem, or the spindle. Usually it reads the game and then it tells the spindle to spin. The drive board does. Right? I'm not sure why. No. Huh? All the same results. What does that tell me? Right there. The lens is over there. I see it's reading it. See it? It's definitely bright. I can see the brightness of it. Why is it not spinning? Shoot. I needed one that fully worked. I thought this one did. What am I missing? I believe this gives it power. This cable here, which is to the board, right? Yeah, that would make sense, right? Why is it not spinning? I'll quick test those other motherboards in a minute too. Make sure it's not the motherboard that's causing it to not do something. That's what it's supposed to do. a little scratched up, but what happened? What I have to do is I've got two other boards. I'm just going to quick test these ones here. 1, 2. This does have Bluetooth on it. It doesn't have the SD card. I don't think it has Wi-Fi. I don't think it does. These are the 01s. Again, there's the 01 and then there's the 20. If I have more, I do have more laser boards. This is one here. Just play around with some other stuff later. Laser board there. That one I took apart. All this stuff I was playing around with, but spindle. This is spindle. But the problem with this is it's hard to get to the spindle. You have to take this thing off. I thought that most of these just didn't read, or there's a metal clip here. So we'll have to break this down and figure out what's going on. Activation switch should work. There's two points right here. That's not pushing it down enough. I've done it a million times testing it this way, so. No? So these cables here, they wear out really quick. These cables, this blue tab here, if you push it in and out, right now that's nice and shiny, but if I put it back in there, I'm going to ruin it. So I really don't want to take another one off. Just my drives aren't working. Comes off. So this comes off this way, I think. To remember. Give me a minute. That's the clip there. That comes off. The spindle is here. I want to test something here for a second. If I can. You can do this with GameCube. Let's see if we can do it with this. Let's see if I can do this. I want to test a different spindle. I really need it to fully work, and then it makes life a lot easier, but I don't have that option right now. So now I have to stop mixing and matching and stuff, but let's see if I can do something here. I can do it with GameCube all day long. Let's see if I can do it with this. See, first I need it to work. So all I want to do is bypass this spindle here. Right? And then I want to use this spindle as a tester. And what should happen, it's not going to be as easy as doing with the GameCube, but let's see if we can get it to work. So that's all I want to do. I think I can do it here. It's not as easy to hold it. So what you do is you bypass the other spindle. But it may not get it. And there, get it in there. Alright, so what it should do, if it worked, it should the lens is going to read. It's kind of right in the way, but and then that should spin because I bypassed it. That's what it should do. I activate this, it should read that, and then the spindle should spin, but it's not. Why? It's not going to spin. It's still going to read the disc. I've done it with GameCube. I want to see if a different spindle would spin. So I don't think it's a spindle. I know what I'm missing. Alright, so let's look at this for a second. Now so that's how you bypass it. It's a little bit harder with this, but you can still do it. I want to see if that spindle works. So if I had a fully working one, then we could show that it bypassed and that one would spin. So I have to figure out where the problem is. Is it a drive board issue? Is it the lens? I don't even think there's an adjuster, like a little POT can adjust to make the lens stronger. I think I can do that. So what I have to do is sit here and swap drive boards. Bummer. I know one of these used to work. Got 1, 2. Let's put the metal piece to it right there. Just decided to pull this box out, and I was like, oh, let's play around with these. It's definitely in there. Go back to the drawing board on this. One more time. All the spindles could not work. That wouldn't make any sense. Unless this game is crappy. It's a Wii game, right? Not sure. I didn't have another Wii game at this particular time. Right. So what we'll do is later on I'll pull all these boards. I'll just swap these boards. So a lot of times it's I know on the GameCube it's always the laser board that's a problem. So this has 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. I've got this one here. How many lens assemblies do I have to play around with? A couple of them are intact. This is just a lens inside of there. See them? That's with the metal on it. They're not easy to get into. The only POT is way right there. Looks like there's a little adjuster right there. It's way in here. So that's a pain. Starting with one fully working one makes life a lot easier. This is a pain because now I don't know where to go. All the lenses may not work, even though it shows a little bit of red. This one had a lot of red in it. see it. That's really bright right there. Let's just try one more thing. Same deal. Oh, well, that would be the problem with this one. The spindle's not on there. I must have tested this before. That's why. Duh. Oh, I must have done this before and I didn't put this back on. Well, that's why that one won't work. Well, I don't know if it's the problem or not. Let's find out. Interesting. Must have disconnected it to do that little jumper test like I showed you. And I never put it back on. There you go. Make a difference. Alright, I thought I was losing my mind here, but well, I have lost my mind, but it's fun. Now will it read? Here it does. Okay. So somewhere I tested it. So now we're good. So what's easy to do now is I can test this motherboard works. It's doing everything it's supposed to do. So somewhere in here there's other ones that are not reading, and I don't know. This is a lens assembly here. It didn't work. This one's still intact. But what I should be able to do is, like I was trying to show you before, if we can do it. So this one I must have forgot to put the cable back on. Because I was swap testing and I probably never put it back on. Just never did. So you can still dry board, but you gotta make sure they work. Usually the dry board's the problem. Not always, but usually. Oh, the lens. Usually the lens is like the last problem. I don't know about these ones. So quick spindle test. It's a little bit harder here, but I can feel it down there if it spins. Which will be see, this is spinning. See this spindle? It's spinning. See it? So that tells me it's reading the game as it should, but it's bypassing this spindle and it's spinning that spindle as it's supposed to do. See it? That's an easy way to test a spindle. So I know that that spindle's good. Which makes it a little bit more difficult to do with these, but same concept. And it all depends. First, you have to start with a good drive. Oops. This has got that cable I keep forgetting about. Right. Just bypass. So I know this spindle's good. These are not meant to be going in and out like this, so you can't really do it too much. Because you end up ruining the pins. These pins are, for some reason, on this all the pins on these are really fragile. I can't be messing around. I'm gonna put this back on. I just never put it back on when I good look I didn't sell it. Oh goodness. I knew it worked. I just forgot to I must have been swap testing and never did. Alright, so that's my good one now. This one's been tested. Okay, I'll get back. until we had to stop. I figured out my own problem. Not too bad. Alright, so same deal. I just want to make sure the motherboard fully works. Sometimes it not reading is a motherboard problem. Sometimes. We'll play around some more of this stuff down the road. Two contacts. Yay.